My name is Alice, although, on paper, no one cares what I'm called. I had just given birth to my daughter 6 days earlier, a tiny thing, pink-skinned, her hands always gripping my blouse. The midwife said she didn't cry loudly, but she was strong. I hadn't even named her yet when they knocked on the door. 2 men in long black coats, sent by Lady Barrington. They had a suitable job for women after childbirth, a wet nurse position. I didn't understand. One of them glanced at the milk staining my blouse and nodded, as if selecting a cow at market. They offered a small velvet pouch with 2 gold sovereigns inside. I had never seen so much money. My mother-in-law quietly cradled the baby in her arms. She had lost her son in a furnace explosion last winter. Now I was the only breadwinner. "It's temporary," I said through tears, packing a bundle of rough clothes. "Just 1 month, then I'll come back." My baby slept in her arms, wheezing faintly. I left before dawn, and I never looked back. I thought wet nurse meant caring for a child, a newborn, fragile and warm. I was wrong. I arrived at Barrington Hall in the late afternoon. The gates were taller than churches. Inside, a white stone path curled through hedges and flowers I didn't recognize. The butler didn't greet me, just nodded and led me into a dark velvet room. On a pale silk chair sat an old man, Lord Barrington, over 70, hair like snow, forehead high, chin trembling. His eyes were cloudy, yet they scanned me like a ledger. The doctor whispered something to the butler, then turned to me. "He suffers from regressive dementia. He requires comfort like an infant. Twice a day. Fresh milk, direct contact. No bottles, no warming." I stepped back. "I thought, Her Ladyship has paid," he said, placing a heavy hand on my shoulder. "You are obligated." They led me into a separate chamber, the nursing room. Paintings of nursing women adorned the walls, their breasts spilling over golden frames. In the center stood a red velvet chair, curved perfectly to fit a woman's waist, embroidered beneath the headrest. "Nourish me." I sat, trembling. They brought him in like a giant child, placing him in my lap. His fingers trembled as they reached for my blouse. I turned my face away. He didn't speak. He just suckled, slow, silent, entitled. I slept in a room beside the wine cellar. Damp walls, no windows, low ceiling. Above me, the mansion glittered with chandeliers the size of apple trees, dining tables that stretched 3 arm spans, and silk-lined walls embroidered with angels. I moved quietly, no footsteps allowed, no coughing, no sneezing, no speaking. Lord Barrington's bathroom was tiled with black Spanish marble. His nursing chair was custom built with swan feathers and golden trim. The seat's embroidery changed every month. There was a pulley lift, not for people, but for dogs. 2 footmen operated it, transporting Lady Barrington's bulldog to the 3rd floor so it wouldn't dirty the Italian carpeted stairs. I fed him twice a day, morning and evening. Never looked into his eyes, never asked questions, just worked and remained silent. One day, while wringing out cloth, I found a note tucked inside the laundry. My mother-in-law had hidden it in the clean bundle from home. Shaky handwriting. "The baby didn't make it. Fever for 3 days. Buried behind the house." I collapsed on the cold stone floor. For the first time in weeks, I made a sound, a strangled, voiceless noise. I begged for one day off, just one. The butler didn't flinch. His lordship won't eat without you. That night, my breasts were engorged with blood and milk. I sat in the red room as he leaned into me, suckling like always. His lips moved, barely audible. Mother, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I simply stared ahead at the candle dripping wax onto a gold tray. One day, as I buttoned my blouse, he stared longer than usual. He didn't feed right away, just reached out and touched my cheek, his bony finger cold as marble. Mother, I'm cold. I said nothing. I pulled the shawl over his shoulders and continued. I once wondered if I could kill him. Just tilt his head, press a little too long, hold the breath away. But I didn't. Not from mercy, but because once your soul dies, you forget how to kill. He died in his sleep. No one told me. I found out when a footman ran past, pale as chalk. He's gone, peacefully. They held the funeral the next day. 60 white lilies shaped like a mother's breast. A priest in gold thread robes. Choir boys from Oxford. I was dismissed that morning. No letter, no thanks, no final wage. The butler escorted me out the servants' door. You've served your purpose. I walked away with 2 dresses wrapped in a sack and a chest that no longer felt anything. I once believed being a wet nurse was a profession. Now I know. I was a biological ornament, a rented body, a vessel to soothe a hunger no one dared name. I lost my child, my name, my emotions. Only the milk remained, spilled on stone, and the sound of an old man suckling as if it were his birthright.